Hello, how's the writing going? Are you writing as often as you'd like? And if not, what's stopping you? Are you maybe encountering circumstances in your life that you feel like are preventing you from writing? Or more, are you not setting aside time to write and committing yourself to the creative work that you know that you want to be doing? In today's video, I want to talk about being a devotee, being devoted, and what it means to just be devoted to our creative process, to honor and celebrate what we are or what we desire to be engaged in and to be engaged with. So that's what I'll talk about in this video. This is Devotion to Writing, a channel devoted to helping you cultivate a deeper and more consistent writing practice. So let's get into devotion and what it means to be devoted. And before I keep going, please subscribe if you're interested in this topic. If you want help writing, that's what this channel is for. If you subscribe, you'll be sure to see my upcoming posts. So what's a devotee and how does this apply to writing? A devotee is someone simply who acts, who shows up and is dedicated to expressing their passion for whatever it is, their love, their commitment to something. And, we're used to hearing this in religious terms. It's often someone who attends to the rites and worships or follows a person or a being or even a set of principles that they adhere to. We are all devoted to something or to someone in our lives, and it is for them that we perform, and we perform in a heartfelt way, in a caring way. We perform rituals. Could be walking the dog, could be making dinner, could be caring for a relative, a parent, a spouse, feeding them, nurturing them, praising them, raising them, right? We can do all of the same for ourselves and be devoted to our creativity, be devoted to our writing. Just another thing that we can be devoted to. If you want to write, if you have this desire to write, I want you to know, if you don't already, that this in and of itself is a sign to you that you're ready, that there is something in you that is calling you to do it, and this is the only reason you need. It has come from within you. There's nothing more to question whether you should, whether you can. This has already manifested in you that you want to write, that you have this desire to tell this story, to write a poem about whatever it is that you are feeling that desire to write about. And even maybe you don't have a concrete idea, you just simply feel pulled to writing. This is enough. This is saying it's time to begin. There's no more reason or need to question. You don't need to know how to write, what it will mean to write, what it will come to. All that matters is that this restive in you wants you to write, that you want to write. Honor this desire. Devote yourself simply to fulfilling that desire. To fulfill that desire means act. To commit to simple action daily. I'm going to get to the devotion, ways that you can actually establish your own devotion. I will say 5 minutes is enough. If you have more, great, but 5 minutes is enough. Don't fall prey to that excuse that I've done to myself many times, was I only have 5 minutes, I only have 10 minutes, I don't have time to write today. Just because you don't have all day or a chunk of time, an hour or hours, doesn't mean you don't have time to write. So again, I've used that excuse, I don't have time. I only have a few minutes, so there's not enough time, so I'm not going to write today. But if you applied that same logic to say you're feeding your children, I don't have time to really make a big dinner tonight, so I'm just not going to feed my children, right? It falls apart. That whole logic falls apart. Of course you're going to feed your kids. You're just going to make them something quicker. It's easier to make. Same with, say, your dog needs to be walked. Well, usually you go for a 20-minute walk or you walk around the block, but you don't have time to do that. So you're not going to walk your dog. You're going to let them stay inside and go to the bathroom in the house. Of course you're not. You're going to take them out into the front yard or take them, only halfway around the block. So there's time to write. You have time to, you just might not be as much as you desire in that day, but it doesn't mean there's no time to write. So write with less time. But to do nothing and to not act and to wonder why you aren't writing or can't write or the story isn't getting written, well, that is, you're doing this to yourself. So it would be like a person who has a seed, who's holding a seed in their hand and wonders, why will this seed not grow? And then starts to think, and this is maybe about our whole writing process in general, and then that same person who's holding the seed in their hand, thinking, why won't it grow, starts to think, there's something wrong with me. That's why the seed isn't growing in my hand. And I don't have talent for growing things. In the case of the writer, and in case of writing, this is what it's like, holding the seed in your hand but never taking action. So not putting that seed in the ground, not giving it water, not paying attention to it, going to it every day and seeing whether it has sprouted. And once it has sprouted, what support does it need? Does it need food? Are insects attacking it? Are rabbits or deer or whatever coming and getting it? Does it need to be staked? We check in on it every day and we ask and we feel and we ascertain, what does this seed need to grow? It needs our attention. It needs our devotion. Our children need the same. Our spouses need the same. Our pets need the same. Our parents need the same. We need that same devotion. Our writing, our creativity needs that same devotion. It needs your care, your attention, your action. This is important. This action, this devotion is critical. You have to care. A devotee cares for that to which they are devoted. Care is attention. Care is love. Care is celebration. Care is joy. Care is showing up for your writing, for what you are creating. So be affectionate, be gentle, show up, pay attention as you would a seedling, as you would your children, as you do your pet, your job, all of the many, many things you are devoted to. So how do we cultivate a devotion, a daily practice? A daily practice, or at least writing most days, more frequently than perhaps we are at the moment. First, relax. Relax. It's not as complicated or difficult, but it does require your action. It requires you to do something. Devotion, as I'm explaining, what a devotee does, you can see it demands something of us. Your writing isn't going to write itself. It demands something of you. It demands a little bit of rigor. It demands your attention. It demands that you show up and have consistency. But you don't do all the work in a single day. One day you plant the seed, you check on it for many days, nothing's happening, but you're coming, you're showing up, and then the ground starts to crack and break open as the seed sprouts and it forces itself up through the ground into the sunshine. And then you give it what it needs when you show up and you see what it needs. So how do you develop a devoted writing practice? I'm going to give you a couple of things that can help. Schedule your writing. Set aside time in your day for writing. Schedule it. Make it the same time every day. 5 minutes a day is fine. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 50 minutes, whatever time you have, but schedule it and adhere to it. I'm going to write for 5 minutes from 8 o'clock in the morning to 8:05. The amount of time that you write isn't critical, but that you show up is. Surrender. This is the second thing. You don't need to be inspired. to write, but you do need to show up. And showing up, guess what? It invites inspiration. It invites inspiration. You will find showing up even for 5 minutes that you're starting to notice things in those 5 minutes that weren't happening for you, inspiration, sparks, ideas that weren't happening maybe the first few times you sat down. But as you practice, you will realize that inspiration is going to be meeting you. Maybe not every day, but there are days and many days that it will show up with you and be there, or you'll sit for a few minutes and then it is there. That is part of the practice, and this is what happens when you cultivate your practice. When you get there, the other part of surrender is write anything. If you can't think of anything to write, then write thank you, and give thanks to the things in your life. What are you thankful for? Or write in praise of the things in your life. Praise the people, praise places, praise things in your life. Praise that the paper that you're writing on, the pen that you're writing with. Praise the technology that allows you to write on your phone and carry it around with you. Write in praise of things. Write in praise. This is a really energetic way of writing as well. And it also alleviates that you have to know what to write about, or that you need to have an idea before you begin. Third, create rituals around your writing. Rituals are so powerful. They are this way of shepherding us into our creative process. So a ritual is, say, doing it first thing in the morning, making a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, sitting in the same place, wherever that might be for you, in a chair, looking out a window. Take a few deep breaths, get yourself present with your notebook on your lap, and then transition to writing. Make your own rituals. That's my ritual personally. So, but make your own rituals. Maybe for you it means going for a walk and carrying your notebook, or going for a walk and then coming back and writing, or maybe it means that you are writing during your commute. And I will say sometimes we just have to develop rituals around or within the framework of our own day. I have told, if you've watched my other videos, you will be familiar with the story that when I was writing my second book, I think it's over there, Machine for Remembering, I wrote during my lunch break. I was working, landscaping business. I would write in the seat, while eating lunch in the cab of my truck, and I would write, and I wrote the entire book, pretty much drafted at least that book, doing that. That was my ritual. It at first wasn't convenient, didn't seem like the best writing conditions, but after a while I adjusted, and that became part of the ritual. I could drop in. This is what I do. This is how I write. These are the parameters that I have to work with. So for you, what is it? Right before bed, write first thing in the morning, take a bath and write after you take a bath. Whatever rituals you need, the ritual has to work for you. And the really powerful thing about rituals is once you have established a ritual, the ritual does work for you by dropping you into the mind and body. I should say, dropping you, mind and body, into that proper attitude for creating, into a creative mindset. You condition yourself to create, to write. It is amazing, but not. When you think about it logically, yes, of course that's what happens. The ritual of writing that you practice will prepare you for future writing and make it easier. And the final thing is you could pray. Pray as writing. Come to the page and simply ask for what you would like in your life, or simply ask, I want to write. I want to write about. Prayer acknowledges also what is in your life, but it is also a petition that creates space in your environment and space in yourself for the thing that is desired to manifest. Prayer calls it. I want to write about. I want to write a book about. Help me write this story. I need to tell this. So speaking our desire out loud as prayer is this powerful incantation. It allows you to see, but it allows you to see what you truly desire and what you want to manifest. But at the same time, it is calling that thing to manifest in your life. So the movement of devotion is always expansive. It always expands us. It moves us. And this outward expansion is mirroring what is going on within us. It's a movement of us opening, of us surrendering, of us encompassing the vastness that we are, and the vastness that we can hold, the potentials that we have. Devotion is an expansion of love. It is love that loves to love. We show up. We are present, we pay attention, and that is a form of love, and it grows beautiful things in your life, all around you and within you. So here's a prompt for today. If you are a seed, what will grow from you? If you are a seed, what will grow from me? Say, if I am a seed, what will grow from me? What grows from me? I hope this was a helpful video. I know that writing is difficult. I know that getting to that page and breaking that silence it's a obstacle in a lot of ways to get over. We have to overcome our own personal resistance. We have to overcome the critical things in our mind, and we also have to overcome the circumstances in our lives that may feel like they are preventing us from writing, but nothing is preventing you. We can find 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes in a day. Certainly, you can find this time if it's important to you. And if you're watching this video, it's already calling to you. Therefore, I'm going to wager that it is important to you, that you need to express, and something is calling you to express yourself through writing, through language, through making stories or poems, whatever it is that you need to make. Honor this. Honor this. This is going to pay you dividends. And if you do it religiously, if you do it daily, it's going to be a very beautiful part of your day. You're going to feel better about 5 minutes of your day. And the dividends, I'm saying the payment on this is that there are 5 minutes in your life that is rewarding, that is richness, and that's going to grow and expand into more reward, more richness and abundance and creativity. So I hope you write deeply today. I know that if you do write, you will write beautifully, because beautiful is what you are. Blessings.